My name is Nellie Tan. I gave this talk at SAR PowerPoint Masterclass, and I'm recording what I presented. So I was asked to give a talk on GIFs versus mp4s for recording our stacked images that we typically have for radiology. Huge shout out to Aaron Kamer from Indiana, who showed me how to use GIFs, and also Travis Henry at UCSF, who showed us how to do mp4s with Camtasia, both of which I'm going to share with you today. And then to one of my colleagues, Andre Purisco from Cleveland Clinic, who showed me a GIF application that I'm going to demonstrate to you. We're going to use sort of local resources, not cloud-based resources, and then we're going to do some examples, demos, and sort of pluses and minuses. The GIF, this is actually pronounced GIF, like the peanut butter GIF, not GIF, according to the creator of GIF. This was a source of debate amongst my friends when I was talking to them about this talk. So what I'm going to show you is how to sort of create something equivalent to this. So first we have a GIF file that we see here, and then you can advance it, and then this is not lined up, but you have a static image, and then you can have a continuous second GIF image here. And I'm going to show you the differences between a GIF that we see here. We have continuously rotating versus an mp4, which acts more like a video, so you can control the file, advance and go back, and you don't have the option with GIF. So those are some of the key differences. GIF is an image file, so it's nice because you don't have to attach an mp4 file to the PowerPoint. It acts like any other images, so you can crop it, you can move it around, and it works. The compatibility is pretty remarkable. So the advantages and disadvantages. GIF, I actually prefer GIFs now over mp4s because it's very easy to use. It's fail-proof. You don't have to worry about it not working during an important presentation. Like I said, you can treat it like an image, so you can crop it, you can edit it. It's easy and it's very fast to use. But the problem is that you can't control the speed. It is whatever you initially captured it, which can be a little distracting. Files can't be large, which is not really an issue. But you can superimpose it with static images to highlight the key findings, and it's really ideal if what you're trying to capture is simple. mp4 might be advantageous if if you have a lot of complicated findings and you want to focus on some areas and not other areas. So that might be more effective for that. The problem, of course, is mp4 files takes a little bit more time. And these, in some cases, they're embedded into the PowerPoint, but other times it can fail during presentations, which can be problematic. But in terms of realistic presentation, it's probably the most realistic presentation as we would present it clinically, because you can control the speed, and you can also add sounds and annotations. Okay, so let's do some examples. I'm going to use the software GIF Brewery 3. This was Andre from Cleveland Clinic told me about this. I used to use Jiffy, but this is pretty powerful. You can use an existing video and convert that into a GIF. You can import a URL from a link and convert it into a GIF. And you can even stitch images if you have a series of images that you just want to put together, or videos that you want to stitch together like a montage. You can have the option. You can record the screen, which I'm going to show you today, or you can record a video. If you turn this on, it'll turn on your camera, and then you'll see yourself, and you can do a recording. So we're going to do a recording screen for now, because I want to show you how to capture the images. So I have Osirix playing in the background. So you narrow the window to whatever it is you want to capture, and then once you're happy with it, you record at the time that you want. So here we're going to record briefly. stop, and then now this is going to get saved. So you can, this is create, and you can now save this to your file, into your hard drive. You can, you have a little bit more options with GIF Brewery 3 than you do with Jiffy, but you can probably upload it to the cloud as well. So once you have your image, you save this. So I'll just say testing. And then you can go to PowerPoint, and then you can import this. So create a new slide, and then we'll insert. So it's an image from file. It's saved in my documents. Here's a GIF. You import this, and now you have the GIF. So if we play, it'll automatically capture whatever you've captured. And it's a continuous loop, so it'll keep going until you advance. So what I like to do is, once you have the GIF captured, then I do a static image. So, there's here, let's say I want to show the focal abnormality here. So I'll take a screen capture, and then I'll just screen capture here. Let's just, for example, so I want to show this lymph node. And now you can impose insert image. That image that I just captured, and recent, okay, on top of my GIF, and animate it. So you can add the animation button so that it shows up like after the first one is displayed. So here, now I can present, so the GIF will run, and then when you're done explaining, then you can advance, and then it'll create that static image that I imported. I really like GIFs. One question I had was about speed. So speed is something that you control depending on how you capture it. So that's something that you sort of have to play with until you get the right speed. But I think it's very powerful, and it's easy, super fast. Okay, the second option is to use movie. And so I use Camtasia, which was what was taught to me when I was doing the Rank and Ray CETB program. So for that, I bought this for $250. This is the Camtasia. So I'm going to show you how to capture video recordings of images using Camtasia. So I bought this for $250. So once you know what you want to capture, you can designate the screen. So we can control, what it is you want to capture, and then adjust your field of view to capture what you're interested in. And then then you click OK. Now you can start recording. So I have the mic here, but we can turn off, and then now you can start recording, and it'll record the area that you want to record. So here we have the video of the MIP. So it's recording, and then once you're satisfied with what it is you're trying to present, then you can stop recording. So now that creates the file. So this you can now edit, and you can annotate, there's transitions, there's behaviors, there's a lot of options that you can do with Camtasia. Adjust the scale, so you can make it smaller, bigger, you can crop it, there's loads of options, and you can even narrow and crop mode. So now I can crop it to exactly what it is I want to show. So it's very powerful, and then that can be scaled to fit. So now you can play it. So this is the segment. So now you can play it, and it shows whatever it is you're showing. I have this link to the video that we recorded prior, but after that, you can share it as a local file, as a screencast, YouTube. There's a lot of options, but I've already downloaded one. I'm not going to download this because it has a pre-existing file that's attached to it, but for the sake of the example video here. So you movie from file. So I've already created an mp4, so you can download it here. And now when it, now with mp4s, as I mentioned before, you can control the speed, you can go back and forth, and then. Hope you found this helpful. Feel free to email me if you have questions.